Welcome to Grandpa's Gentle Sleep Stories. If tonight your mind feels a little too busy, a little too awake, you're in the right place. You don't need to quiet your thoughts. You don't need to sort them out. These stories are here to sit beside you while your thinking slowly runs out of steam. So get comfortable. There's nothing to figure out as the story begins. The lamp is already on when you step into the room. Not bright, not sharp. Just steady. Waiting. You close the door behind you gently. The sound is soft, the kind of sound that doesn't demand attention. Your body feels tired, not just physically, but in that quieter place behind your eyes, where thinking has been working all day. You stand there for a moment. Not moving forward, not sitting yet. Your thoughts aren't racing. They're lingering. Heavy, like papers, stacked on a desk that no one has the energy to sort. The old man is sitting beside the lamp. 70 years or more. Soft white hair resting calmly at his temples. Warm cardigan, buttoned loosely over his shirt. His kind eyes lift toward you. Not curious, not concerned, just understanding. He does not ask how your day went. He does not need to. The way you exhale says enough. You take a slow breath. It leaves your chest with a softness that feels almost unfamiliar. The room does not hurry you. The lamp casts a warm circle across the rug. It does not stretch to reach the corners. It simply glows where it is. Your shoulders feel heavier than usual. Not tense. Just used. Your mind has been solving. Planning. Responding. Adjusting. Even now, it tries to continue. A small reminder about tomorrow. A faint review of something unfinished. But the thoughts do not rise sharply. They drift slowly. As if they are tired too. You walk toward the chair near the lamp. The fabric looks familiar. Worn gently by evenings that came before this one. You lower yourself into it carefully. The cushion gives beneath your weight, not sinking. Supporting, you lean back. Your head rests against the backrest. Your body exhales again. The old man shifts slightly in his seat. The fabric of his cardigan brushes softly against the armrest. He says nothing. He has seen this kind of tired before. The kind that comes from thinking more than speaking. From carrying ideas quietly. From replaying small things even when no one else notices them. The clock on the wall ticks once. Then again. Not pressing. Just steady. You rest your hands on the armrests. The wood feels cool beneath your palms. Solid. Real. Your thoughts move slowly now. Not urgent. Just present. Like boxes you don't feel like opening tonight. The lamp hums faintly. Or maybe it's simply the quiet of the house settling. The window shows a deep blue night outside. Still. Uncomplicated. You notice something small. The room does not expect productivity. It does not expect improvement. It does not expect reflection. It simply holds the evening. Your breathing deepens. In. Out. The heaviness in your chest begins to feel supported instead of carried alone. You do not need to solve tomorrow tonight. You do not need to review the entire day. You can let your mind be tired. You can let it slow naturally. The old man leans back slightly. His kind eyes soften. He understands that mental tiredness is different from physical exhaustion. It lingers quietly. It hums in the background. But here, under this lamp, it does not have to keep working. Your shoulders drop another small inch. Your jaw loosens. The chair supports your back without complaint. Your thoughts begin to space themselves out. They no longer arrive in clusters. They appear one at a time. then fade gently. The clock ticks. Again, dot tick dot pause. Dot tick dot time moves without asking anything from you. The lamp continues its steady glow. Dot. It does not brighten. Dot. It does not dim. Dot. It remains patient. You close your eyes for a moment, not to sleep, just to rest inside the warmth. Dot. Your body feels heavy in a comforting way. Dot. Grounded. Dot. Held. The room seems to understand. Long days. Dot. It has seen many. Dot. It knows that thinking can tire you more than walking ever could. And as you sit there in the steady light of a lamp that asks nothing and expects nothing, you begin to feel how the chair beneath you is ready to carry even more of that weight, without needing you to explain a single thing. Without needing you to explain a single thing. You settle deeper into the chair now. The cushion adjusts beneath you quietly, soft where it should be soft, firm where it needs to hold you steady. Your body feels heavier than it did a few minutes ago. Not tense. Dot. Just used, like a book that has been opened and closed too many times in one day. Your thoughts are still present, but they move slowly. Dot. Not racing, not urgent. Dot. Just lingering. Ah, small unfinished task, a sentence you meant to send. Ah, plan for tomorrow. It feels like it can wait. The chair does not lean forward with curiosity. Dot. It does not ask what you're carrying. It does not request details. Dot. It simply supports your weight. Across from you, the old man rests comfortably. 70 years or more. Soft white hair catching the gentle edge of lamplight. Warm cardigan lying loosely across his shoulders. His expression is steady, kind. He has seen this kind of tired before. Not dramatic, not loud, just quiet mental weariness. You lean back a little more. The fabric presses softly against your shoulders. Your head rests against the back of the chair. Your breathing deepens naturally. In dot out dot your mind attempts to review something. Small. Dot. It begins to replay a moment from earlier, but it does not complete the loop. Dot. It slows. Midway. Dot. Fades. Dot. You notice that you are too tired to argue with yourself tonight, too tired to rewrite every detail. The chair seems to understand that. Dot. It holds you without expectation. The clock ticks gently on the wall. Dot. Tick. Dot. Pause. Dot. Tick. Dot. There is no pressure in that. Sound. Dot. No reminder of productivity. Dot. Just steady movement. The lamp casts a warm circle across the rug. It does not reach for you. Dot. It simply glows where it is. You rest your hands loosely on the armrests. The wood feels cool beneath your palms. Dot. Real. Dot. Grounded. Dot. Your shoulders sink another small inch. The old man shifts slightly. The soft fabric of his cardigan brushes the chair arm. He does not ask how your day went. He does not need an explanation for your quiet. He trusts the stillness. Dot. You realize something gentle. You do not have to summarize your day. Before you rest, you do not have to explain your fatigue. Dot. The chair requires nothing from you. It does not measure your productivity. Dot. It does not need closure. Dot. It only needs your weight. Your thoughts drift again. A reminder about tomorrow. A half-formed idea, but they feel distant. Dot. Less important. You do not chase them. You let them pass like clouds moving slowly across a quiet sky. In dot out dot, your breathing grows slower. Dot. The heaviness in your chest feels supported. Now. Dot. Not carried alone. The room remains calm. The window shows deep blue night. Outside. Dot. Uncomplicated. Dot. The house does not expect anything more from you tonight. The old man leans back further, his kind eyes half close. He understands that mental tiredness often lingers longer than physical strain. Dot. but he also knows it softens when, given space, you feel your jaw loosen completely. Your neck relaxes. A chair holds your posture gently. You do not need to hold yourself upright so tightly anymore. The clock ticks again. Asterisk. Tick dot pause. Dot tick dot. The pause between seconds feels wider. Now dot kinder. Your thoughts arrive. Less frequently. They no longer stack on top of one another. They appear softly, then fade before you can fully examine them. You realize something simple. Rest does not require explanation. You do not need to justify your tiredness. You do not need to organize your mind before. Sleep. The chair is enough. The lamp is enough. This small room is enough. And as you sit there feeling fully supported, without needing to explain a single thought, you begin to notice the gentle ticking of the clock more clearly now. A rhythm that moves without pressure at all. A rhythm that moves without pressure at all. You hear the ticking more clearly now. Not louder. Just closer. Tick. A soft pause. Tick. Another. Pause. It doesn't push you forward. That it doesn't remind you of unfinished tasks. It simply marks the passing of seconds. Your body feels too tired to compete with it. Too tired to measure progress against it. The chair holds you steadily. The lamp glows beside you. Across the room, the old man sits in quiet comfort, 70 years or more, soft white hair resting beneath the warm light, warm cardigan lying gently across his shoulders. His expression is calm, unconcerned with how much time has passed today. Tick. Pause. Tick. You notice that the ticking does not hurry. It does not lean forward into tomorrow. It remains here. In this second. Your thoughts attempt to follow the sound. They try to measure what could have been done differently, what still needs doing. But the clock offers no pressure. It does not demand completion. It does not expect efficiency. It simply continues. Tick. Pause. Tick. Your breathing begins to fall into that rhythm. Then. Pause. Out. Pause. The heaviness behind your eyes feels softer now. Less like weight. More like warmth. You lean your head back slightly. The chair supports you fully. You no longer hold your shoulders so high that the old man shifts gently. The soft fabric of his cardigan brushes against the armrest. He does not check the time. He trusts it to move without supervision. You realize something small. Time has already carried the day forward, whether you reviewed it or not. The seconds are not waiting for your approval. They are not asking for better decisions. They are simply arriving. Then leaving. Tick. Pause. Tick. Your thoughts drift more slowly now. A reminder about tomorrow appears. Then fades before you can examine it closely. You do not chase it. You let the next tick interrupt it gently. The lamp hums faintly. Or perhaps it's just the quiet of the house settling into night. The window holds a deep blue sky. Outside. Still. Unmoving. Nothing out there is measuring your progress. Nothing is checking your mental list. Your breathing deepens further. In. Pause. Out. That pause between seconds feels wider than before, more forgiving. You are not trying to reach the next one early. You let it come. The old man leans back slightly. His kind eyes half closed. He has known many long days. He understands that mental tiredness doesn't vanish all at once. It softens gradually, like light dimming at the end of evening. Tick. Pause. Tick. The sound blends into the quiet rhythm of the room. Your thoughts no longer overlap. They arrive gently. One at a time, then disappear before fully forming. You feel grounded in this chair, anchored in this moment, not floating inside. Tomorrow. The clock continues. Steady, unimpressed by urgency, unmoved by expectation. You begin to sense that time is not something to race tonight, that it is something to rest inside. Each tick a reminder that the day has already moved on. Each pause a small space to breathe. Your shoulders sink a little deeper. Your jaw relaxes fully. The room feels smaller now, warmer, contained within this steady rhythm. And as you sit there, letting the seconds pass without chasing them, you begin to feel drawn toward something even quieter than the ticking. The calm. Street outside, where the day has already been released completely. The calm street outside, where the day has already been released completely. You rise slowly from the chair. The lamp continues its quiet glow behind you. The clock keeps its steady rhythm, but the door opens gently, and the evening air greets you again. Cool, soft. You step onto the porch. The wooden boards creak lightly beneath your weight, not sharply, just familiar. The old man steps out beside you. 70 years or more. Soft white hair touched faintly by the porch light. Warm, cardigan resting comfortably around him. His expression is peaceful. Little tired. But at ease. You walk down the steps and onto the sidewalk. The street stretches ahead in soft shadow. Porch lights glow in warm squares. Along the houses. Not bright, not calling attention, just resting. The trees stand quietly, leaves barely moving in the faint breeze. Your thoughts follow you outside at first. A reminder about tomorrow. A faint memory from earlier in the day, but they feel softer here, less demanding. The open air thins them out. You take a slow step forward. Then another. Step. Pause. Step. The old man walks beside you, his breathing steady, unhurried. No one on this street appears to be carrying the day any longer. Windows are dim, curtains drawn. No bright screens glowing through the glass. The houses seem finished. Complete. You notice how your shoulders drop another small inch. Your arms swing gently at your sides. Your jaw loosens fully. The cool air brushes against your cheeks. In. Out. You pass beneath a street lamp. Its circle of light settles around you quietly. Your shadow stretches along the pavement, then shortens as you move forward. The light does not question where you've been. It does not measure how much you accomplished. It simply shines. You realize something gentle. The street has already let go of the day. It is not replaying anything. It is not preparing arguments for tomorrow. It rests fully in this hour. You slow your pace without deciding to. Step. Pause. Step. The old man glances toward a small house with a glowing porch light. A faint smile touches his face. Not because of memory. Just familiarity. He trusts streets like this. They carry no expectation at night. You reach the end of the block where the sidewalk curves slightly. Not sharply. Just a soft bend. You pause there. The houses behind you look smaller. Quieter. The old man pauses. 2. His white hair glows gently under the street lamp. He does not speak. He does not review the day. He simply stands beside you. Your thoughts feel lighter now. Not gone, but dim. They no longer press forward. They drift gently in the background. The sky above is deep blue. Wide. Unoccupied. It is not replaying your conversations. It is not improving your choices. It is simply holding the night. You turn slowly and begin walking back. Step. Step. The the rhythm feels slower. Now dot, even dot the porch lights greet you again. As you pass dot unchanged, dot reliable dot, you feel something shift inside. You dot not dramatic, dot just subtle. The need to hold on to the day feels smaller. The need to fix something feels unnecessary. The street does not demand closure, dot it does not require. Reflection, dot it simply rests. Your breathing deepens. Further dot in, dot out the house, with the glowing lamp, comes back into view. Dot warm, dot patient, dot you climb the porch. Steps gently dot the boards creak softly beneath you. The door stands slightly open dot light, spilling quietly onto the porch floor. You pause for a moment before stepping inside. The street remains. Still behind you dot unconcerned dot free of effort dot, and as you reach for the door handle, feeling the calm of a street that has already let the day go settle deeper into your chest, you begin to notice the porch swing beside you, moving gently in the evening air, back and forth, carrying even tired thoughts without resistance. Back and forth, carrying even tired thoughts without resistance. The porch swing moves slightly in the evening air, just enough to notice. A soft sway. You rest your hand on the wooden arm. The wood feels cool beneath your palm, smooth in places, warm in others. The old man lowers himself carefully onto one side. 70 years or more, soft white hair catching the warm edge of porch light. Warm cardigan settling comfortably around his shoulders. His expression is peaceful, a little weary, but calm. The swing dips gently beneath his weight dot, then steadies. You sit beside him. The chains make a faint, metallic whisper, and the motion continues. Back dot forward dot back dot forward dot. You do not push it at first, dot it moves on its own. Small, arcs through the quiet air. Your thoughts are not loud tonight. They do not race. They linger. A small reminder about tomorrow. A faint memory from earlier dot nothing urgent. Just present. The swing does not question them dot. It does not sort them, does not ask you to explain them dot. It simply carries you dot back dot forward dot the porch light casts a soft circle around you. Beyond it, the yard fades into gentle shadow. The street remains still. No cars passing dot, no voices calling dot, just the steady rhythm beneath. You press your feet lightly against the porch floor. Give a small push. The arc widens slightly, then settles again. Never hurried. Never. Dramatic dot the swing returns you to the same place each time. It does not attempt to improve its motion. Dot it does not compare this sway to the last dot. It simply repeats. Your breathing begins to match the rhythm dot in dot back dot out. Forward dot your shoulders soften with each sway. The heaviness you carried earlier feels different now. Less sharp dot, less personal dot, as if the swing is holding some of it. For you, the old man rests his hands loosely in his lap, his breathing. Steady dot, even dot, he does not try to control the motion. He lets it decide its own pace. You notice how your thoughts drift with the movement. They rise gently dot, then fall away before the next arc. They no longer stack. They do not demand solutions. They feel like leaves floating on quiet water, dot back dot forward, dot the breeze brushes. Lightly across your face, dot cool dot soft dot, the sky above remains deep blue. Wide dot uncomplicated dot nothing up there is asking for more effort. The swing slows. Slightly dot then continues dot back dot forward. Dot you realize something gentle. Being mentally tired does not mean Something is wrong, dot. It means you have been thinking, dot, caring, dot, processing. But here, on this swing, you do not need to continue. You can let the tiredness rest. You lean back more fully against the wooden slats, dot. They support you easily. Your head rests comfortably. Your jaw loosens completely. The chains creak softly. The porch boards sigh faintly beneath the shifting weight. The motion becomes smaller, dot, asterisk, subtler, dot, back, dot, forward, dot, almost. Still, dot, your thoughts grow quieter. They appear less often now. When they do, they fade quickly. You do not chase them. You let the swing interrupt them gently. The old man exhales slowly, a soft sound blending into the night air. He has known evenings like this, long days that leave the mind feeling worn. He trusts that rest comes when allowed, dot, the swing slows. Again, dot, back, dot, forward, dot, smaller, dot, and smaller still. The porch light hums. Faintly above, dot, the yard remains still. The stars faint against the sky. Your body feels heavier. Now, dot, not burdened, dot, supported, dot, held by wood and chain and quiet air. The motion fades to its faintest sway, then nearly rests. But there is always a little movement left. A reminder that stillness does not require perfection. You sit there for a moment longer, breathing slowly, feeling the tired thoughts settle without needing to push them away. And as the swing comes almost to rest, and the porch light glows gently behind you, you begin to notice the dim kitchen light, waiting quietly inside again. A room that has nothing left to prove tonight. A room that has nothing left to prove tonight. You step back inside. The porch air lingers for a moment, then fades as the door closes softly behind you. The kitchen light is small, dot, dim, dot, not meant for work, just enough to see the edge of the table and the outline of the cabinets, dot. Everything here looks finished, not perfect, just complete. The old man walks in beside you, 70 years or more. Soft white hair touched gently by the faint glow. Warm cardigan resting loosely against him. His expression is calm, a little weary, but settled. The refrigerator hums quietly in the corner. Low, dot, steady, dot, unconcerned with how much was accomplished. Today, you pause near the table. A chair sits slightly pulled back, dot, as if someone stood up earlier and simply left it that way. Dot, no one rushed to fix it, that no one needed to. Your thoughts try to rise again. A reminder about tomorrow, dot, a small detail. You could improve. But the kitchen does not participate, dot, it does not evaluate, dot, it does not compare. It simply rests. The refrigerator continues its hum. Even, dot, patient, dot, you sit down slowly. The chair supports you without question. Your elbows rest lightly on the table. The wood feels cool beneath your skin, dot, solid, dot, grounded, dot, your breathing slows naturally. In dot, hum, dot, out, dot, hum, dot, the sound fills the quiet. Space gently. The clock ticks faintly from another room. Layered beneath the hum. Nothing in this kitchen is striving. Nothing is measuring success. The stove is off. The sink is empty. The cabinets stand closed. The day has ended here. You realize something simple. There is nothing left to prove. Tonight, dot, not to yourself, not to anyone else. The old man rests one hand lightly against the counter. He does not turn on a brighter light. He leaves the room dim. As it should be at this hour, dot, your thoughts soften around the steady hum. They feel slower, dot, less sharp. They no longer demand solutions. They linger briefly. Then, fade, dot, in, dot, hum, dot, hum, dot. The heaviness behind your eyes feels warmer now, less like strain. more like readiness to rest. You lean back slightly in the chair. Your shoulders drop. Your jaw relaxes completely. The kitchen does not expect a summary of the day, that it does not request improvement, that it holds the quiet. You notice how different your body feels compared to earlier. Less braced, less prepared to respond, that your mind feels tired in a gentler way now. Not overworked, that just finished. The old man closes his eyes briefly. Not asleep, just resting inside the calm. He trusts the night to carry. What remains undone, that you begin to trust that too. The refrigerator hum continues, unchanged, reliable. It does not speed up, that does not slow. Down, it simply exists. You sit there a little longer, listening, not analyzing, just listening. Your thoughts appear less frequently now. When they do, they feel distant, not personal, like echoes fading across a quiet field. Your eyelids grow heavier, not from exhaustion, from relief, relief. That nothing more is required, You rise slowly from the chair. Your body feels softer. The old man moves gently toward the hallway, his cardigan brushing faintly against the counter. The hum continues behind you, steady, and as you walk toward the darker part of the house, feeling your thoughts settle into a quiet glow instead of a restless weight, you begin to notice a small wooden drawer waiting patiently along the wall, closed and free from guilt if it remains that way until morning. Close, and free from guilt if it remains that way until morning. You step into the hallway slowly. The kitchen hum fades behind you. The air feels still here, cooler, A small wooden desk rests against the wall. Plain, unassuming, the drawer sits neatly beneath it, its brass handle catching a faint ribbon of light from the living room. The old man stands beside you, 70 years or more, soft white hair blending gently into shadow, warm cardigan hanging loosely around his frame. His expression is kind, unhurried, you rest your fingers lightly on the handle, it feels smooth, solid, your mind stirs faintly. Maybe there's something inside you should review. Maybe something unfinished. A note. A reminder. The mind often believes rest must be earned. That closure must be achieved before sleep. But the drawer does not. Whisper. It does not glow. It simply waits. The clock ticks softly in the distance. Tick. Pause. Tick. You pull the drawer open just a small amount, not fully. Just enough to see a stack of papers inside. Old envelopes, a folded page, nothing urgent, nothing flashing. You do not reach in. You simply look, then pause. Your thoughts hover for a moment. Should you check? Should you make sure everything is settled? But something inside you feels different tonight. Less driven, less compelled. The hallway remains. Calm. The walls do not press forward. The air does not tighten. You slide the drawer closed again. Softly. The wood meets wood with a muted sound. Settled. Not avoided. Just postponed. You keep your hand resting on the handle for a moment. And you notice something small. You do not feel guilty. You do not feel irresponsible. You feel allowed. The old man lowers himself slowly into a nearby chair, his cardigan brushing softly against the wood. He folds his hands loosely in his lap. He does not ask what was inside. He does not expect you to explain your choice. He understands that sometimes rest is more important than review. You lean gently against the wall. Your shoulders feel lighter, not because something was solved, but because something was left alone. The drawer remains. Close. Content. It will still be there in the morning. It does not measure your worth tonight. Your thoughts flicker briefly. A small reminder, then fade before taking shape. The clock ticks. Again. Tick. Pause. Tick. Your breathing matches it naturally. In pause. Out, you realize something simple. Mental tiredness is not weakness. It is a signal. A quiet request to stop carrying everything at once. The drawer can wait. The notes can wait. Tomorrow can wait. The hallway feels peaceful. Soft shadows resting along the floorboards. The living room glows faintly at the end of the corridor. The old man rises gently, his white hair catching the dim light. His kind eyes glance toward the screen door, toward the open night beyond it. You follow at an easy pace, your steps slower now. The drawer remains behind you. Closed. Without guilt. Your mind does not turn back toward it. It lets it rest. You reach the screen door. Cool night. Air brushes softly against the mesh. A faint movement of curtain. A small sound. You pause beside it. The hallway behind you is quiet. The kitchen dim. The clock steady. And as you stand there feeling the quiet permission of leaving something unfinished without blame, you begin to notice how wide the night feels again beyond the door. Open, forgiving, and not expecting one more thing from you tonight. Open. Forgiving. And not expecting one more thing from you tonight. You rest your hand against the screen door. The mesh feels cool beneath your fingers. The latch gives softly as it loosens. The door opens just enough for the night air to drift inside. Cool. Gentle. You breathe it in slowly. It does not carry reminders. It does not bring lists. It simply arrives. The old man stands beside you. 70 years or more. Soft white hair touched lightly by the breeze. Warm cardigan shifting softly at the hem. His expression is calm, relieved, as if he, too, understands the feeling of having done enough. The yard stretches quietly beyond the porch. Grass resting in shadow. Fence faint against the dark. Trees standing still beneath the deep blue sky. Nothing moves urgently. Nothing demands completion. You inhale again. The air feels wide. Unoccupied. Does not ask you to improve anything. It does not suggest one more adjustment. It simply surrounds you. Crickets begin their steady rhythm somewhere in the distance. Soft. Layered. Consistent. They are not competing. They are not performing. They are simply present. Your thoughts attempt to rise once more. A small, unfinished task. Faint question about tomorrow. But they feel thinner here. Asterisk. Less convincing. The sky above is too wide for small worries to fill. You glance upward. A few quiet stars scattered faintly overhead. They are not flashing. They are not urgent. They simply exist. The old man closes his eyes briefly. He lets the breeze rest against his face. He does not brace against it. He receives it. You follow that example. Your shoulders drop further. Your jaw relaxes. Fully. In. Out. The curtain inside moves gently with the air. Soft sound of fabric shifting. Then stillness again. You realize something gentle. Nothing out here expects more from you. The trees are not measuring your effort. The sky is not reviewing your day. The grass is not waiting for a decision. Everything is already settled. Your breathing slows naturally. In. Out. Your thoughts begin to drift rather than linger. They do not press forward. They float. Then fade. The old man opens his eyes again. His kind gaze rests on the quiet yard. He trusts this stillness. He trusts that rest is allowed. You begin to trust it too. The fence stands quietly at the edge of the property. Beyond it, other houses rest in their own calm. Lights dimmed, curtains drawn. No one appears to be striving. No one appears to be proving anything. The breeze softens. Then returns gently. The screen door shifts a fraction. You do not close it. You allow the air to come and go freely. Your chest feels lighter now. Not empty. Just unburdened. You realize something simple. Permission does not always come from outside. Sometimes it is felt, like this cool air, like this wide sky. You do not have to finish everything tonight. You do not have to think one more thought. You can allow the day to end without final edits. The crickets continue their steady rhythm. The sky remains wide. Your eyelids grow heavier, not from force, from ease. You gently ease the screen door closer to its frame, not fully closed, just resting. The latch touches wood softly. The cool air lingers faintly against your skin. Asterisk. Behind you, the living room glows with its smallest light. Dim, warm. You take one more slow breath of the open night, letting it move through you. Then you turn back toward the room. The old man walks beside you. His cardigan brushing softly against the wall. The house feels smaller now. Softer. And as you step back into the living room, noticing how the lamp glows at its faintest warmth, you begin to sense how close the light is to becoming almost memory, and how gently sleep is waiting to carry you the rest of the way, and how gently sleep is waiting to carry you the rest of the way. You step back into the living room. The hallway fades behind you. The lamp beside the chair glows faintly, smaller than before. Softer. Its warmth barely stretching across the rug. The old man lowers himself into his chair slowly. 70 years or more. Soft white hair touched by the dim glow. Warm cardigan blending gently into shadow. His expression is peaceful. Relieved. You sit across from him again. The chair receives you easily. The cushion settles beneath your weight. The room feels wrapped now, contained in quiet. The clock still ticks, but it sounds distant. Muted. No longer pressing. Your thoughts attempt one final appearance. A faint reminder, a small unfinished idea, but they do not rise fully. They drift halfway. Then fade. You do not call them back. The old man reaches toward the lamp. His fingers turn the knob slowly. The glow lowers another degree. The shadows stretch gently across the walls. Nothing disappears. It simply softens. Your breathing deepens. In. Pause. Out. Pause. Your shoulders sink fully into the chair. Your hands rest loosely in your lap. Your feet remain still against the floor. The house feels settled around you. The porch quiet. The kitchen dim. The drawer closed. Everything is already finished for the day. You do not need to finish anything yourself. The lamp continues to dim. Its light now a small halo around the shade. Almost memory. Your thoughts no longer circle. They feel tired. Content to rest, like pages that no longer need reading. The old man leans back gently. His kind eyes half close. He is not trying to sleep. He is allowing it. You feel that difference clearly now. You are not forcing an ending. You are resting inside a room that has grown soft enough to carry you. The clock ticks once, more. Then again, each second arriving gently, leaving gently. You do not measure them anymore. You let them pass. Your eyelids grow heavier, not from exhaustion. From permission, from knowing nothing more is required, the lamp flickers very slightly as it reaches. The glow softens to its faintest warmth, a quiet golden edge in the dark. Your breathing slows. Even further, in, pause, out, pause, your body feels. Heavy, supported, safe, the room no longer expects anything from you. The night outside remains wide and forgiving. Nothing is asking for effort. Nothing is asking for thought. You allow the final thin thread of thinking to loosen. You do not gather it back. You let it drift beyond the circle of light. The lamp holds. The clock continues quietly, but you no longer follow it. You rest. And as the light becomes barely more than memory, and the room grows still around you, you feel the weight of the day finally lift without struggle. You remain there, breathing slowly,